Okay, as promised, we have video number 2, and this is for advisors that will need to be reviewing teachers' comments for their advisees. So I'm actually going in as Alex Thayer. Thank you, Alex, for letting me borrow your identity briefly. Over in the corner where it says faculty, I'm going to click on that drop-down arrow and I'm going to choose on record. And from here, we're going to have a couple different tabs, but we're interested in going to the Approval tab and selecting Grading. And this is where I was showing yesterday where we have to go through, going through and setting our filter options. So I'm scrolling down here and I know that my upper school kids are going to be in honors classes and also regular classes. So I'm going to need to run this process twice. But first I'm going to take a look at honors classes, and I'm also going to make sure that the advisor name down here says Alex Thayer. Those are the only two items that I need to change. So just setting the grade plan and then making sure the advisor name is your own name. And then I'll scroll up and choose View. And this is letting me know these are all of the students that I have access to be able to see their comments. And I'm going to scroll down until I find the one that says review. So we can see that it's saying that I have, most of these are saying 0 needing review, but this one is saying that 1 needs my review. So I'm going to click on the review button. Underneath the S1 comment, there's a little icon and you can click on that and it's going to open up the comment that has been entered for that student. So this is where I would go through and I'd look for any typos. I'd look to make sure that he and she were correct, that name was correct. If there are any major changes, maybe the whole paragraph doesn't quite make sense, this is definitely something that I would recommend you open up a dialogue with the teacher and go back and forth so that you can get the paragraph right, as opposed to you trying to interpret what it means and making changes. We want to make sure that the comment is still the teacher's actual comment and that we're not altering it too much. So definitely make sure that you keep the communication open if you need to. I'm not going to make any changes here. Maybe I'm just going to change this. Maybe it's actually a he. And then if I did make changes, I'd want to make sure that I clicked that little save button. Because I've looked at this already and I don't need to look at it again, I'm going to click the reviewed button, which indicates that I've reviewed it and it looks good to me. And then I'm going to choose save and exit. Then when I go back and look at my people, I can now see that it's letting me know underneath the student name that I don't have anything that's needing review and I have 1 item that I've reviewed. Okay, so you'd go through and do that for each of your students. The other thing I would make sure to do is I ran this for the US Honors and AP classes. I would need to make sure that I go back in and select my US letter grades. Not many people take US credit, so we don't have to worry about that. So I'd select US letter grades. If I taught any middle school students, I would also want to run it for either quarter grades or year-long grades. And I would just do the same thing by making sure I selected the right grade plan, making sure I changed the name that was attached, and then that I clicked on view. So you'll have to maybe run it a couple times, maybe 3 times if you also teach the middle school, if you have middle school kids that you are an advisor for. But you definitely use this as an area to see when they're ready for your review, you will get that nice little review button for you to click on and go from there. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know.